Here it is. Well, obviously it's a bit more complicated than that. Where the East is, let alone its middle, is obviously highly dependent on whom you ask. So this video will specifically talk about what the term Middle East means in the English language. In the 1800s, this area of the world was called the Far East by Europeans, since it was far away and to the east. The Near East generally meant the lands controlled by the Ottoman Empire, since it was nearer to Western Europe, but still to the east. Depending on who you asked, the Near East could be either the whole Ottoman Empire, just the Levant, or in some cases, just the Balkans. Turns out arbitrary geographic terms tend to be arbitrary. The Middle East, therefore, could be anywhere in between the Near and Far East, but for some reason, the modern definition seems to cover almost all of what was called the Near East. The term Middle East was popularized in the 1902 book titled The Persian Gulf and International Relations, which explained the strategic importance of the region, particularly for the British, who wanted to protect their India colony from Russian influence. Keeping the sea lanes open between the Suez Canal and India was critical to tying the empire together. Depending on the exact definitions, this Middle East may or may not have intersected with the Near East. But with the fall of the Ottoman Empire, some people expanded the definition of the Middle East to include the old Ottoman lands. However, many still kept calling the area the Near East. In English, the term Middle East won out because in World War II, the British Army called their forces in the area the Middle East Command. The command fought many battles in the Middle East and in Africa as the war progressed. After the war, the term Middle East continued to grow in usage due to events like the 1956 Suez Crisis, various regional wars, and the 1979 Iranian Revolution, and subsequent oil shocks, while the terms Near and Far East fell out of favor. This means the world currently has a Middle East, but no real reason for it to be the middle. Even though it does not make much sense anymore, much of the world, including the Middle East itself, have adopted the term. Presently, the terms Middle East and Near East are interchangeable in English, with Middle East being dominant. But for example, in German, Near East is the dominant term. Let me know in the comments what you consider to be the Middle East, and what you call it in your native language. Also, you might be interested in watching this video I made, which explains the difference between the groups who live in the Middle East with some maps. Also, since YouTube decided that video should be demonetized, I've decided to start a Patreon.